This video segment continues the discussion about how biological organisms are responding to global warming. The previous segment focused on polar animals, but many other organisms are also sensitive to the current warming trend. Included here are birds, grapes, corals, pathogens, soil microbes, and humans. Its major points are: number 1, global warming is influencing the performance of many species. Number 2, changing distribution of species will have major ecological and economic implications. Number 3, changing distributions of diseases and heat stroke will influence human health and well-being. Birds, particularly those that fly, have a high metabolic rate that heightens their sensitivity to their immediate surroundings. As such, they have long served as bellwethers of environmental change. For example, canaries were brought into coal mines in the United Kingdom as recently as 1986 to monitor carbon monoxide and methane because the birds gave clear indications of distress. They stopped singing and fell off their perches if these noxious gases began to accumulate. Seasonal temperature variations influence the proportion of short and long-distance migratory species in European bird communities. Bird species that migrate only short distances must endure the low resources of winter, whereas long-distance migratory birds escape to warmer climes. Both short and long-distance migrants benefit from the expanded resources that result from warm and early springs. A computer model of bird populations predicts that the warming anticipated over the next half-century will favor long-distance migratory bird species to the detriment of short-distance migratory species. Wine grape is one of the more charismatic plant species. High temperatures during fruit ripening adversely affect wine quality and thus its market value. For example, premium grapes from the Napa Valley of California fetch an average of $5,400 per American ton, whereas mixed red grapes from hotter parts of the San Joaquin Valley average only $200 per ton. As a consequence of global warming, locations suitable for growing premium wine grapes will shift to higher latitudes from inland to coastal areas. According to the forecasts of climate models, wine grapes in all of California except along the coast will ripen 1 or 2 months earlier and at higher temperatures by the end of this century. Total premium wine grape production in the United States may decline by up to 81%. Colonies of corals, marine invertebrate animals a few millimeters in diameter, develop a symbiotic relationship with coralline algae in the shallow, nutrient-poor waters of the tropics. Algae supply the coral invertebrates with carbohydrates, and their photosynthetic pigments impart color to the corals. In return, coral invertebrates provide the algae with a stable environment, carbon dioxide, and nutrients. Together, they secrete calcium carbonate that forms elaborate reefs, which provide habitats for a diverse array of animal species. Many corals live close to their upper thermal tolerances. Warming of the seas by as little as 1 or 2 degrees Celsius above historical averages tends to stress corals, so they expel algae. Corals without algae turn white, a process called coral bleaching. If bleaching persists for several months, corals die. Global warming has generally exacerbated the incidence of coral bleaching. Coral bleaching in conjunction with other factors, including the decrease in seawater pH, may cause irreparable damage to the reefs during the next few decades.